that right? You found some money on findmassmoney.com?
Yeah, man, our good friend, Ken Martin, shot me a text and let me know.
He did? Oh, he's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy, Kenny Martin. How much was it? How much was it, Devin?
I can't disclose that. Trying to send people to my house.
Like $4.
Listen, I feel like I'm one lone voice in the wilderness when it comes to Wiggy and Scheim and Curtis and Andy Hart and everybody else who is not looking at what has gone on so far in training camp like there's some kind of a dumpster fire going on over there. And you've been there for a long time. When it comes to coaches that come in, coaches that go out, has this season been for you any different than a year in which there is a transition going on coaching wise?
No, I would say, like you just said, it seems like every year there's like always something going on in that aspect, whether it's coaches or in players or, one or the other. There's usually always some kind of, I would say, big transition from someone that was heavily involved, guys like Steph and JC not being here this year, or, from a coaching standpoint of having Josh here for a long time and not be here. I think we've always had that. You think back to when Matty P was here and he left and went to Detroit, or when guys like Gerard Mayo and Vince Wilfork led the defense. And then, 1 year, I looked up, they were both gone in the same year. So since I've been here, it's always seemed like there's pretty big transitions that go on that you got to kind of adapt and adjust to and move on if you want to have a good football team.
Devin, we were talking about Jaron Durant a little bit earlier and, how he's dealing with this season. It's not very good for the Red Sox, and he's dealing with some stuff. And Greg just brought up the point of there are guys out there, myself included, that have really high expectations, and when things don't look right, we tend to criticize a little bit. How do you and the rest of the team deal with the noise and the expectations that fans expect from a team like New England puts on the field every year, and that's to be, basically competing for a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think the main thing is to focus on what's going on here. Focus on the main thing that's at task every day. And I think that's always going to be the small things. Like coming in today and focusing still on our fundamentals and slowly trying to prepare for Miami and understanding that there's still a good amount of distance away from that game, and there's still things that we need to work on as a football team. And it's keeping those things at the forefront and focusing on those and not worrying about what's it going to be in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or, in a week and a half when we're in Miami. Not focusing on that because that'll come. And we have other things that we need to handle right now and is making sure we get those things done first.
Bill was on Monday with us and said, I'm going to paraphrase, but basically preseason games don't matter. And you won't really know what this team is until week 5 or 6. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we've always said that, since I've been here, about how important it is to get better all throughout September and some of October. He's preached that for my whole 13 years about, you're not going to fully know what you're capable of or what you can do or what your team's truly about. I think even throughout the league, you always see a lot of transactions and everything go on in that early part of the season. So I think it goes back to what I just said. The key has to be to continue to get better, has to be to build. Because if not, and you think, like I said, I think I was telling somebody else before, I talked to my brother when he was in Cleveland. They went out there, went 4-0 in the preseason, and, they were preaching at the winning culture. They went winless that year. And I think it doesn't mean that has to happen, but you have to have a mindset and a mentality of getting better all throughout that early part of the season to set yourself up and have a chance later in the season.
Devin, 10 days out from the season opener, the reports out of Miami are that you guys are traveling down there earlier than normal. Is there a difference this season to get you guys down there sooner? And what does the next week look like for you?
That is a unique thing that I think Wiggy probably knows a lot about of playing here. You don't get a lot of the information for next week. And what's it about? You honestly hear some of those things through Twitter and the media. So I'm not 100% sure, but, I think it's the plan of trying to help us be as prepared as possible. I think a part of that was being down in Vegas early and practicing against those guys, trying to adjust and get a little bit more heat. And I'm sure that'll have something to do with it, next week of trying to be ready to go in 10 days of, making sure we can do anything possible to help the team. So I'm sure that'll be, some part of it. But I would love to give you the exact details, but I'm not 100% sure.
Dev, when you look at this team, it seems like every year there's always that guy at the cornerback position, whether it was Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jackson kind of evolved into that role. We saw Malcolm Butler, Darrell Revis. Now you have two guys in Jalen Mills and looks like Jonathan Jones that are going to have to kind of make that name for themselves. Your first opponent, the Miami Dolphins, and the talent that they have, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Gesicki, Wilson. What are some of the challenges that Miami's going to create? And when you look at the two corners, how are they going to have to really elevate their game? And obviously the secondary against a very talented skill position.
Yeah, I think they're going to probably be one of the best in the league when it comes to receivers and talent-wise. And, with Tua back there, I think they're starting to put something together that they're hoping that's really good. And I think we have, a couple different competitive guys that I would say leading off with Jay Mills and Jay Jones, just being able to compete day in and day out. You name Malcolm Butler in there. No one would have expected someone to say, Malcolm Butler is going to be their top corner and they're going to rely on him when he got here in 2014. So I think that's the good part about being competitive in this league is you go out there and you play with the guys that you've been training with and building with, and you go out there and compete. And I think that's what those guys are doing. I think we've had a good training camp and different things that we've done to get better. I think that's helped us, and we just got to rely on that. And we got to, keep going and build and, make ourselves better when that time comes. But I'm confident in our guys, and, it'll be obviously a big challenge. I don't care who you have at corner going against Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But I think, we like our group and we got to go in there and, show what we can do.
When you've looked at Tua on film or when you've faced him in person, what does he bring to the Miami Dolphins that is unique maybe or a skill set for them?
Yeah, I think his ability to get them in the right play and do different things. And I think even this year, seeing a new offense, a guy that, he's played in, different offenses so far early in his career with the different OCs that they've had down in Miami. And I think now coming in there with Mike McDaniel, you watch some of the preseason, looks like he's in good control, understanding what they want to do. It obviously looks like it's going to be, a chance this year to get the ball down the field more, how they open up the Philly game. So I think, we've kind of struggled against Tua these last few years and his ability to make plays, whether it's with his legs, whether it's getting the ball out fast in certain situations or understanding exactly what defense we're in. So we're going to have a hard task, a team that swept us last year, a lot of those guys back with, Tyreek Hill and different things like that and Quincy Wilson. So it'll be a challenge and we got to be ready to go.
Question from noted Mac Jones hater and New England Patriots negative Ned.
Jeez, way to set me up.
Go ahead. Why don't you introduce yourself to Devin McCourty?
Hi, Devin. I'm Chris. I just wanted to ask you, do you feel any added responsibility this year with a lot of younger guys in the secondary? And, you're a captain, a veteran on this team who has played both corner and safety. Behind Mills and Jones, you guys have a lot of young corners that need to kind of adapt to the NFL game. Do you feel any added responsibility as a leader for those guys?
No more added responsibility than before. I mean, 2 years ago, Doug came in here as a rookie coming into play, and Adrian Phillips was brand new to the team. So I think those same kind of responsibilities year in and year out is to try to be a leader and help these guys in the group get ready to go and play at a high level, whether you're a rookie, new to the team. I think when you've been on the team for a while, you take that responsibility of helping guys get ready to go, get up to whatever we do in New England, understanding that. And I think the best thing about being a player is it's easier for us to kind of translate and talk to guys of, comparing where they were to here and making that transition a little bit better. I think players are able to do that, even better than the coaching staff can a lot of times.
Devin, quick note before you go. Shime has you at 6 wins, maybe.
All right, throw me right under the bus.
Just want to let you know. And Wiggy, not much better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm somewhere between 8 wins. Prove me wrong.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a trending topic now in Boston and the New England area.
Yeah, don't go on social media.
Yeah.
You might get upset. What, Courtney?
Well, I was just going to say, and we hope that Jason's doing well. I know that he had surgery, and he seemed to be good from his hospital bed on Good Morning Football. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in there and you're trying to, have people feel bad for you, but you're FaceTiming it, I think you're going to be all right.
What did he? Was it a appendix?
It was appendix,
the
right?
appendix thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you
Well done.
would you be willing to, as a twin, give him your appendix?
No, he doesn't need it.
Right.
That would be ridiculous. My wife's a doctor. I'm up on this, Greg.
Wow, that's pretty
All right.
impressive.
Okay.
Big week for Courtney and Devin.
What?
Yeah,
Rutgers,
Rutgers versus
BC.
BC.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
If you want to
Well,
make
yeah.
any type of bets, I'm here.
Oh, okay. What would the bet be?
Oh, I'm ready. I'll be there. I'll be there Saturday too for the big win.
All right.
I'm not a big. BC told me I wasn't good enough, so this would be a big.
Well, that was a
This would be
shame.
a big win.
Shame on them, but
Did
I
they
do
really?
think BC is going to be very good this season.
So they said no to you, huh?
Yeah, say yes to Jay, no to me.
Wow.
I'm O'Brien.
Yep.
Jeez. What's the bet?
I don't know. I know that he has a busy season. I would love to get him here in studio if BC were to win.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I have to think of it. I got thrown on the spot. You obviously had time to think about this.
Yeah.
Had me lined up in the studio already.
Oh, or maybe a
Courtney has,
dinner at Ocean Prime.
Oh, wow.
It would have to be with listeners.
Sure. That's really setting you up
This is-
to put you on the spot, but
No, just like 2 listeners. Or
Greg's
something.
going to pay for it.
I'll pay for it. I mean, Devin will pay for it. I mean, one of us found money at findmassmoney.com. Sounds like that ought to be dinner at Ocean Prime.
Very true. I could make that happen.
Okay.
All right.
Greg, I'll let you know my side of this bet.
Okay. Yeah. What you want? I mean, Courtney has access to lots of influencer beauty products if you want for the wife.
Devin
maybe-
told us
That doesn't help.
you told me
that doesn't
last
help me.
season that you enjoy a nice bubble bath, so we could get you a bubble bath kit.
No, we got to get some equal to dinner and stuff or showing up in the
Right.
studio, not a
Right.
bubble bath.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. By the way, did you try what I would argue is the greatest appetizer in the history of appetizers at Ocean Prime? The shrimp bread thing with the sauce.
I did not have that.
Oh.
I didn't know that was ranked that high.
They do have the best cream corn anywhere in the city.
Really.
Ocean
Yeah, that
Prime.
is good.
Yeah,
That is good.
Their
next level.
popcorn's great too.
Devin, in your mind, what is the greatest appetizer of all time?
I was a pretty big fan of the Del Frisco's calamari.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you had to
Solid.
pick, but if you had to pick from the basics, like the mozzarella sticks, the
Lemon pepper wangs.
wings, tenders, nachos. I mean, what's the single? If you could only order one appetizer in the category, what would it be?
Charlevoix oysters from down in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
Oysters.
Oysters.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
oysters.
yeah.
That is an appetizer.
New Orleans is key. My wife, she loves the crawfish from
She
New
does? Oh,
Orleans.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Different
All right.
level down there.
Well, listen, we thank you for joining us this morning. Have a great day off tomorrow, and we will talk to you again next week.
Sounds good, guys.
All right, hit me up about the bet.
Yeah, we'll do.